Hi everyone. In today's video, I want to share with you elephant seals off the California coast. Coming up. Hi everyone, this is Ernesto from Attaboy Cowboy, and on this channel we give you health and wealth tips to help you be successful. Now, we normally talk about health and wealth, but today I want to talk about elephant seals because these are really cool. It's one of the nicest places in California to visit. This is up in San Simeon, California, right next to Hirsch Castle, about 3.5 hours from Los Angeles. And this place is really cool because this is something that you would see on National Geographic or one of these cable channels where you see all these cool animals, but you don't expect that it's this close to a big city like Los Angeles. And these guys are amazing. They weigh between 3,000 and 5,000 pounds. They pretty much spend most of their time out in the ocean looking for food. They eat lobsters, crabs, fish, and then they come out here to hang out, absorb some vitamin D, kind of like we do, digest their food, have babies, procreate. And as you can see, there's a lot of them flipping sand on themselves. The purpose of that, it's kind of like natural sunblock. They're throwing sand up on themselves to shield themselves from the UV rays and from the sunlight so that they don't overheat. Remember, these guys are mostly fat because the coast of California is cold water. This is all cold water here. I tried to go in the water this morning and it was crazy cold. I could barely support it. There were a few surfers out, but mostly people are not in the water. And if they are, they're wearing wetsuits because it's so cold. So what happens is a lot of these guys come from like up north, from even colder water. And the north, there's orcas up there eating them. I think orcas come down, they'll come all the way down to California, but we don't really see them over here that often. They're mostly up down by Oregon and above. They like cold water. And orcas are basically packs of wolves. They hunt these guys down, they eat them. But down here in the south, in California, it's usually great white sharks that are eating these guys. And great whites are huge. I've seen skeletons in Australia of great white sharks that were as big as a bus. And even though the water here looks really pretty and calm, you can see all the different colors here, there's great white sharks out there. And they're big and they're hungry. And they're looking for seals. This is their favorite food. And these guys are really fatty and they have a lot of meat on them. You'll see some that are molting, kind of like that one over there. You'll see some that their hair, it looks like their skin is peeling or their face. And basically what's happening is it's kind of like dogs. These guys are kind of like pet dogs. You know, when dogs are cold, they grow thicker fur. And that thicker fur is meant to help them stay warm in winter months. And when it gets hot, they start shedding. And that's kind of like what's happening with these guys. We're just leaving our winter right now. So I imagine a lot of these guys are shedding. And they're molting. Ooh. So they can prepare for the change in weather. Now, I'm not sure if you can hear all the sounds on here, but it's really cool. They're like passing gas. They're snoring. Some are asleep snoring. Some of them are like fighting, like those two right there. Some of them are just making noises. I guess they're communicating, sounds like. And again, these are really fascinating because they're all along the coast here in San Simeon. We're about 3.5 hours from LA, close by. And because of the quarantine, the hotels are all about half price up here. So you can come out here and chill out, do some riding, do some work if you're working from home remotely. And you can just come out during the day and hike along where the animals are, spend time with them. They're all over the place. This place is actually called Elephant Seal Vista Point. And I'd say it's probably about a mile long. And there's actually trails up here where you can walk. Some are paved like this one and some aren't. So I brought my mom in a wheelchair and I'm gonna push her all along this path here so she can take a look at all of them. So it's definitely a park that's accessible for people that have limited mobility. All along this area, as you drive along the coast, it's very similar. You'll see a lot of jagged rocks, cliffs. The water changes. It's like from light blue to turquoise to light green to dark blue. It's really pretty. And all these rocks are out there. There's a lot of wildlife out here. If you look out into the ocean, if you're here at the right time of year, you can actually see whales, because this is also on the path of the whales' migratory path. In the summertime, they're up in like Antarctica eating krill, which are really fattening and they're good for whales. A lot of whales, that's your ideal food depending on the species. And as it starts getting cold and Antarctica the ocean starts getting frozen over, a lot of whales will actually head down south to where we're at here. And as they head down south, they pass all along the edge of California. As they come down here, they feed all along the way, and then they go to Baja, California. And in Baja, they have offspring. You can actually go down in the summer months from like December till about January, February. It's about 2-3 months. And I've went down there, and you actually just ride in these really small motorboats, and they turn the engines off and you paddle and you get right up to the whales. And as you stand next to the whales, they'll come up and you can see their eyes looking at you. You can actually touch some of them. They're really friendly. So they hang out there in these shallow lagoons and they give birth to their offspring. And then they venture back up north to Antarctica. In the summer times, they can feed. So as they're going back up, the orcas look for them. And the orcas, which are like packs of wolves, will attack, or they'll follow the whales so they can feed on the offspring. So there's a lot of life here on the edge, on the coast of California, and there's a ton of dolphins. If you just hang out for a little while and watch the ocean, you'll see dolphins hanging out over here. You'll see seals, you'll see whales. There's a lot of stuff to see. So anyway, it's only a few hours from Los Angeles, and the view's amazing. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please comment and let me know if I should make some more of these wildlife videos of stuff I'm seeing out here in the world, so we can talk about something other than business. Thank you very much for listening, and if you have any questions, please comment below. Thank you.